Hi everyone, my name is Abby and today I'm going to tell the story of my accident. So on August 14th, 2019, I was still living in Cambodia and I was teaching at an international school. So my day was a normal day, just doing my normal thing. Brian was working at a new job. I had just gotten a new job teaching online. Everything was going normal. Went to work. I had my normal kindergarten class in the morning. Lunch break came. I went to Zoe's house for lunch and I helped her grade her first grade class's books. We ate caramel corn and ginger pork for lunch, which I didn't like that much. And then as we were driving back to the school after our lunch break, when we were coming up on the side road to go back to the school, we could smell gas. So as we were going past it, the gas station exploded. So we got thrown off our moto, and then I stood up and I realized I was on fire. So I stopped, dropped, and rolled, and then I got hit by a car. And then I got up and I grabbed what I could that fell out of my purse and I walked to work with Zoe. And then once we got to work, my brother worked at the same school as me, so he was able to get a hold of my parents. One of our coworkers was able to get us to a clinic that was nearby. Once we got to that clinic, they put us in ice water, which makes burns worse. So they put us in buckets of ice water, and I could see my skin floating to the surface of the ice water. So I was yelling at them to get me out of the ice water. And then they put me into a hospital bed. By that point, my parents and Brian showed up. They couldn't get an IV in me because of the burns, so they ended up having to drill into my shin to get an IV in me. And then they transported me to a better hospital. And once we got to that better hospital, they told me that I would have to be intubated because I had third-degree burns to my throat. And I was going to start swelling up and I wouldn't be able to breathe. So they put a breathing tube in me, and then I don't remember anything after that. But after that, they transported me to a hospital in Phnom Penh. Once I got to Phnom Penh, they took me to Royal Phnom Penh Hospital. At that hospital, they couldn't treat my burns there. They couldn't do the skin grafts or anything. So we knew I couldn't be at that hospital for long, but they could prevent my burns from getting infected, and they could do everything they could to keep me clean and bandaged. So every day they would cut away at my dead skin, they would clean my burns, everything they could in the power to prevent me from getting infections and whatnot. So I was in Phnom Penh for about a week and a half receiving treatment. Then the U.S. Embassy was working with the State Department on getting me taken to America to get treatment in America. Then they finally got it all worked out, so they got me on a medevac, and the medevac took me to Denver. And then they took me to Denver. Then they started on my skin graft surgeries once I got to Denver, and I was still on the breathing tube at this point. And then they reselled my face and my right arm. Then they did skin grafts on both my hands, this arm, my neck, which most of these skin grafts have fallen off, my whole left leg, my left hip, part of my right leg, and both my feet. And then they ended up being able to get me off the breathing tube after about 2 weeks. Then we worked on getting me being able to walk again. And it took about a month to get the feeding tube out, and that was pretty gross. I hated the feeding tube. And then it was all just the rehabilitation process, getting me being able to walk again, going upstairs, showering, everything. I had to relearn to do everything again after being stuck in a hospital bed. And yeah, it's been a long recovery process, but I'm doing better. I'm out of the hospital and I can walk. I can do a majority of the things I could do before. I am stronger than I once was and everything is going good. I've had a million surgeries and I still have years and years and years of surgeries to go. but I'm strong and I'm doing a lot better than I once was. So, yep, that was my story of the accident. Thank you for listening.